everybody, welcome to Soul Kitchen. This is Neetu. Welcome to another episode of Cooking from the Heart and from the Soul, and infusing your food with love, infusing our food with love. That, I truly believe is the difference between home cooking and something which you'd eat from outside. Is that home cooked food, home baked food is truly baked with love. It takes love for a person to go into the kitchen, give it time, have that patience to make something, create something which they know are going to nourish their family, their friends, and even them yourself. Food is love, and food, show yourself that love, show your family that love, show your friends that love, and just have fun while at it. As we've seen here, as we've gone along, we've seen that baking is so easy. It's so much fun, and it is so rewarding. It's so wonderful to see so many bakes come out of your oven, and really with minimal effort. So here we are for another episode. Let's do it. Today I'm going to be making a very special cake. This is the cake which I grew up on, and my mom used to make this cake all the time. This is perhaps the only cake which she used to make. It's a very simple vanilla sponge cake, but the one difference is that it's made in ghee. It isn't made with butter, because when she used to cook here, when she used to bake, I don't think we would ever be getting unsalted butter here. So she would make her cakes in ghee. And the flavor of this cake is, oh my god, it is just out of this world. The ghee just, I don't know what it does, but it amplifies the flavor to the next level and makes this plain, nice vanilla sponge cake. It just makes it like the best cake ever. It's really, really good. And, let's see how it's done. Okay. Okay, so this is our ghee. It is 100 grams of ghee, and I haven't put this in cups because ghee tends to melt very quickly, so it's difficult to measure it out in cups, because sometimes it's melted and it may be less or more. So this is just 100 grams of ghee, which is not melted. So I'm going to whip this up slowly, softly first, and then we go ahead with from there. I'm going to add my granulated sugar, or caster sugar as it's known in a lot of parts of the world. So in this goes. Just mix it a little bit, so that the sugar doesn't fly all over the place. The goal here is to incorporate the sugar nicely into the fat, which is the ghee which we are using, because that's what's going to give us a good cake basically. So you have to make sure that all of the sugar is nicely incorporated in this ghee. Scrape it from the sides as you go along, so that everything is mixed in nicely. in our vanilla extract. So we are using 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. Oops. And this goes. Vanilla should always go in at this stage, so that it gets mixed in nicely with the butter. That's, it enhances the flavor and just, makes it more even. So always mix in the vanilla with your butters and sugar. Telling you, baking is so much fun. It's just so satisfying. It's so nice, and just to anticipate that, okay, what is the cake going to turn out to be like. I just love to bake. So, and please start baking if you're not already a baker. It's just so much fun. Ghee and sugar has become nice and fluffy, and it's become like this. Now I have to show you something before we move forward. I didn't do it earlier because I thought I'll show it to you. Now I'm making this cake in this pan. As you can see, it's not round. It's it's a little bit difficult to line with parchment. Now there's a very nice and easy hack which I saw on Jamie Oliver. He's a great chef, by the way. I love him. I love the way he cooks. So this is, what he did was that he took some parchment, and this is slightly wet. You wet it nicely under your tap, and then you just, scrape just to get the water out, and then it's so easy. It just takes the shape of the bowl so nicely. You don't have to, worry about edges not being there, or lining it nicely, etc., etc. These days everyone is so rushed. Everyone has, we don't have that much time as we did 50 years ago, as our moms did. And things like this just make baking or everything so much easier. These little tiny hacks, and look at this. I love it. It's so simple. I am someone who's not a very patient person with these small things, and these little hacks just make things so much easier. Okay, so after you've done that, make sure you put some ghee on this. Now, since we're using ghee, we're going to put ghee on this. Just make sure you lightly ghee your parchment, because we don't want any cake sticking on it. And that's it. There's no cutting, there's no nothing involved. It's just simply wetting the parchment, taking off the excess water and lining it nicely. So simple. It's so beautiful. It's so easy. Biggest thing is so easy. Okay. Now we add in our yogurt. You could use eggs over here if you wanted to. Either use 2 medium-sized eggs. And instead of eggs, I'm using yogurt because I don't want to bake with eggs right now. So first put the yogurt in 2 parts. This is half a cup of yogurt, and just plain yogurt, not vanilla or nothing. You can get it from a box from the supermarket, or just make it yourself at home if that's what you do. And you just whip this up. scrape the sides of your bowl. This batter is looking nice. This looks so smooth and so beautiful. My God, look at it. Oof, looks nice. Okay, and the rest of the yogurt goes in again. This is not Greek yogurt, but if you wanted to use Greek yogurt, you could. But any yogurt is good. They'll all do the same job. I'm blending this now at a speed which is like a medium high, which is perfect for this. Try to get out whatever you can from your whisks, because this is the good stuff. Okay. Now we are going to fold our flour in. No beating the flour, please. You're going to end up with a tough cake. So just beat it in lightly and put it like this. Gets a little more air in it. And put it in 3 parts, 3 or 4 parts. And at the same time, we're going to add our baking powder and our baking soda. Mix, cut and fold. This is fold and cut, cut and fold. Let me show you. Cut, fold, cut. Fold. This is the traditional way of mixing cake batter, mixing the flour in the cake batter rather. It doesn't activate the gluten in the flour, and it gives a very soft and light crumb to the cake. This is how it's done. Some more flour. Gently. Now we want to be very gentle with this batter, because we don't want to knock out any air which we've just incorporated. Very gently. But we have to make sure that all the flour is mixed in. We don't want to be left with any flour or any streaks of flour. So make sure it's all mixed in nicely, and it's like a nice creamy mixture. And the last part. This is so satisfying. It's actually therapeutic. I'm not even kidding. I think baking is just so therapeutic. It's just so much fun. I just love it. It's like meditation right now. In another video, I will focus on what I'm doing, not today, and just show this cut and fold thing, because I think these traditional ways of doing things have just kind of gotten a little bit lost, with the electric mixers and electric beaters coming along. And I see so many bloggers now, just using an electric mix to mix in their flour, but that is not how it was done traditionally, and I just like to do things the traditional way. Okay. Now we got our pan, which is nicely lined and buttered. And and we're just gonna put this in. If you're using a regular pan, use a 6-inch pan, 6-inch diameter. That's perfect for this cake. So this goes. It's so smooth, this batter. My God, it's so creamy. Look at this. Ooh. It's just so smooth. I'll show it in a second. So beautiful. And it's so soft. I've never tried another cake with ghee. I'm so scared to even actually make this one at times, because the cake which I used to have when we were kids, which my mom used to make, was so iconic, and it had such a beautiful taste to it that I don't know if I'll be able to do justice to my cake now. So I very rarely make this, but I am going to start making it more often, and I'm also going to try my chocolate sponge and other cakes with this, just to see what is the difference, and I'll take you along on the journey. I'm going to be experimenting with certain things, which I've never made earlier, and we'll do it together. Here goes, and this is looking really, really nice. It looks absolutely good, gorgeous. And now I'm going to pop it into the oven, and we'll bake this for roughly about 40 minutes, 40 to 45 minutes. And we'll see you soon. And it's going to bake on the middle shelf, and after about 20 minutes, we cover it very lightly with a foil. We don't scrimp the foil, just tent it with the foil very lightly. Alright, see you! Okay, so our cake has baked and it's looking really good. Here you go, you can see this for yourself. It's perfectly nicely brown and golden, and it's smelling so good. So let's see how it is. Let's do the big taste test. It's soft, so soft. And it's hot. So I'm going to take a tiny bite because it's still hot. Oh my God. Like I said, I don't know what ghee does to this cake. I mean, it just elevates the flavor so beautifully. I don't think I ever want to make a vanilla sponge without ghee. This is really good. Like, honestly good. This is just so good. Please try it. Please try it. I promise you won't regret it. This is such a great, cake to have with tea, with coffee. It's just beautiful. You can dress it up, with a vanilla ganache, with vanilla buttercream, with chocolate buttercream. Sorry, not vanilla ganache. Vanilla buttercream, chocolate ganache, chocolate buttercream, with strawberry buttercream. The sky's the limit, and you can do so much with it that it's just so beautiful as is. It's really good. Please, please do try it. It's so good. You won't regret it, I promise you. And it's going to be well worth the effort. It's really good. I can't stop eating it. It's so good. And I haven't had this cake for a really long time, so I'm just loving it. Oh my God. This is perfection. Seriously. Well, please try it. I just can't stop eating it. Oh my God, someone stop me. Oh my God, so good. So good. Okay. Alright. And follow along with me, follow along here on this channel for great recipes, for easy, fun baking, and let's enjoy ourselves and see how absolutely rewarding baking is. That's my reward. All of it. I'm gonna have the entire cake. No. I'm not gonna have the entire cake. I am gonna share it with my family and maybe a neighbor. So, but follow along and let's enjoy ourselves while baking. Let's see how much fun it is, and subscribe to my channel, and let's just be along, tag along for the ride, and let's have some fun. And find the recipe in the comments below, the detailed recipe. All the measurements, everything is there. And have fun baking. Enjoy yourselves. Take care. Bye bye.